Hey everybody, Matchy Matchy Minty goodness. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Barber Dave's Barber Shop at Home for a Monday shave, better known as Barber Errand Day. It's the one day of the week where barbers can go out and get all their stuff done because we're working on Saturdays usually, and Sundays is church day. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. For those of you that had to go back to work today, hope you're having a good day there. Had a great Zoom call last night for Mother's Day. Hope everybody spoiled their moms as best they could. We'll go over all the stuff that we used at the end of the shave. Went a little bit long yesterday, so we're going to try to do a relatively short shave today. Don't have a whole heck of a lot to talk about other than we're planning some pretty big stuff for our 1,000th subscriber. There will be a giveaway, but it will require some guessing on your part. Once we get to 1,000, I'll explain. But the prize will be something that is a precious hobby of mine, if that gives you a hint. I'll wet that lather just a little bit more. It feels a little dry. So it's all about minty goodness today, and you'll see when we get done. I will tell you the razor choice of the day. Yesterday, if you followed along, we used a Philly 14. Today, we're going to be using a Philharmonica 12, JMP Jose Montserrat Pou, and this is a Doble Temple, and it's been taken across. And, you know, a 12 is basically equivalent to a 5/8. And we've taken that across the balsa strop, the treated balsa strop with CBN just to refresh it, and then across the convex leather strap as well. You know, I'm a big fan of the Swedish steel, you know, CV Helgestrands, Claes Tornblom, Ed Nystrom. But I got to tell you, as far as face feel, there's nothing like the Spanish steel. I don't remember the exact quote, but the late and absolutely great actor Alan Rickman played the Sheriff of Nottingham in the Kevin Costner version of Robin Hood, where, for my dollar, it's the best one since the traditional Errol Flynn ones, because it was fun, it was happy, it was funny, and it was just good. But he had gone to the forge because he was looking for a new sword, because with King Richard away, he was going to take over everything. You know, you guys all know the story of Robin Hood. And he had walked in, and the character was really quirky, which only Alan Rickman could play. And he found that the sword maker was making stuff out of Spanish steel. And he was, and I'm not sure it happened in this scene or in a different scene, but his brother had screwed up fighting Robin Hood, and they were both in the forge together, and he was testing out swords, and the sword maker said, "Oh, this one's made out of Spanish steel," and he goes, "Oh, Spanish steel," and he was talking to his brother about his failures, and he stabbed his brother and killed him. And the comment was, I think after he came out, was, Spanish steel, good sword. So that was kind of a long trip to just say that how nice Philharmonicas are. But if you can get a hold of a Philharmonica, there's nothing like it. The Spanish steel that was produced back in the JMP days was just phenomenal. And that's why Phillies are starting to go for such huge money. And as far as maneuverability, the Philly 12 is the most nimble of the two, but it's also nimble to the point where it can get you in trouble. The 14 is heavy. I would argue that the 14 is as heavy as my 8/8 Wasty or Wade and Butcher for barber use. It's a big, big, heavy blade. The perfect, I think, in the Philly line is the 13. It's big enough to have some weight to it, but still nimble enough to be able to skate around the face real well. So as much as I love my Swedes, especially the Queen of the Den, the MK32, I gotta say, if I had to pick a set of razors that I could only shave with for the rest of my life, would be the Phillies, for sure. Now, the soap I'm using today, which you saw in the picture, was absolutely fantastic. The fragrance mixes, I think, some cucumber, lemongrass, spearmint, and it's just wonderful. And it goes very well with everything else that I'm using today, which we'll go over in just a bit. So living here in the Southwest, traditionally right around July, we start getting the pattern change known as monsoon. They call it monsoon season. It's not a season. It's just a wind pattern change. But yesterday, and it should be noticed that in southern Arizona, May is the driest month. If we get 1/4 of an inch of rain in May, that's a lot. But the weather pattern was kind of weird. There was a storm that kind of, it went across the states and then backed up, I guess. In meteorological terms, that's called a retrograde. And we got thunderstorms yesterday afternoon. I mean, nothing huge like our normal monsoon, but this one over here liked the fact that shouldn't have to water. Also, for you pipe smokers out there, tried a new tobacco yesterday called Timeless. It is a coffee and bourbon aromatic, but it's not, you know, your traditional aromatic. It's a little bit lighter, but the coffee notes on it are amazing. And that was smoked out of a Savinelli 614. Now, yesterday was a kind of a smoke-heavy day. In the morning, I had a Metropolitan Host, which is a wonderful cigar. And then after that, I had the pipe in the early evening. Then in the late evening, I had an Unumtadium, thanks to Nurse Dave. We had purchased some cigars together that came out of a vault that had been forgotten. And they were Nat Sherman, which is no longer in business. Ferriotego took them over and then started producing the Metropolitan Host again. But the original Nat Shermans were special. And last night, towards the end of the Zoom call, I felt like having one. And I have a few left, but they're big Churchills. And I smoked about half of it and I was done with all the other smoking I did. Today, this evening, we're going to try, and it's weird, I've never tried it before. We're going to try Seattle. It was for the Seattle Pipe Club. And it's called Plum Pudding. It's an English blend, so it's not an aromatic. And it, with a lot of key and stuff, one of my good buddies, Jerry, on the forum at Fenster, kind of turned me on to it. And he says it's a kick in the pants, so we'll see. Good shave. So we'll get cleaned up here and go over everything that we used today. Oh, definitely dolphin skin BBS, that's for sure. Let's see if the alum agrees. Yeah, a couple little stings, but that's normal. Very rarely will you get nothing. Usually with a DE or stuff like that, but with a straight razor you usually get quite a bit. I'll be doing a short video, what they call video shorts soon, and it's basically going to be this to music, and we call this, when we're shaking out our brush, anointing the dogs and cats, because they always end up laying down right there, and then all of a sudden they're sprayed with water, and they can't figure out what the heck happened. And then you drop stuff. The witch hazel we'll be using today is Quinn's, cucumber, and You said it, mint. Because it's all about the mint. Let that dry down for just a few seconds. Okay, so let's go over what we used today. As far as the soap is concerned, we used Ethos Green Fresh. Like I said, this is lemongrass, cucumber, spearmint, just a wonderful, perfect for summer. For the brush today, we did the Sorrentino TSC Anniversary brush in green to match the mint, of course, and that's got a 2-band silver tip on the top of it. We already went over the witch hazel. We'll be using just a tad bit of balm today, and we're using the Panachroma Verde balm because it really fits and it emulsifies in water real well. And then we will follow that up with the Ethos Green Fresh Skin Food Splash, which is an aftershave and some other good stuff for your skin. Just a wonderful. The aftershave is a little bit more, I think, lemongrass heavy than the soap. I think the soap's a little bit more minty, but it feels absolutely wonderful on the face. We're going to switch up the talc today to add the mint component. And so we'll be using Proraso, rosemary and mint. And I am almost out of this stuff. But just a nice minty addition. And when looking at a EDT or EDP to go with a spearmint fragrance, it's tough. The only ones that I've found that I like are 1962 by Florist, which is unobtainium, so I don't use it that much. And then I purchased through a kind of a buy-sell trade. I purchased the Azzaro Wild Mint, and it fits the bill absolutely perfect for that. So for our EDT, we'll be using Wild Mint by Azzaro. And this is spearmint, but it's a sharper spearmint. Obviously, it's got some other stuff in there, but it's just absolutely incredible. Alrighty, so that's our shave for the day, folks. Sorry it wasn't more talkative and everything else, but I hope everybody had a great day. Please join us again tomorrow. I'm Barber Dave. Come see us at the Shaving Cadre, www.theshavingcadre.com. We'd certainly appreciate it. And other than that, we appreciate all the likes, subscribes. We're getting close to 1,000. We certainly appreciate it. And we hope everybody has a wonderful day. Take care. Thanks.